Hi guys, and welcome back to Real Talk. So today's topic is going to be college rejection, especially for me and my first choice college, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, or also known as MIT. Now for those of you who might not know, MIT is one of the most prestigious engineering institutions in the world. And so coming from an economically disadvantaged perspective, I knew that getting in for me with my test scores and my background was extremely unlikely, but I still decided to apply anyway. Now, MIT had been my dream since I was 10 years old. I was a little kid and I wanted to go into STEM, and I was reading about something and I saw the name MIT and I was just like, I've heard that before, and I went and I looked some stuff up and they were the best school, so everything that I did from that point forward was really in hopes of getting to MIT. Now don't get me wrong, my entire life was not just about that goal, but a lot of what I did was driven by the fact that that's where I wanted to end up. And I did activities and stuff that I might not have done if I wouldn't have had that mindset. So for me, MIT was what I thought my dream was since I was a little kid. Fast forward 7 years and I'm reaching the end of my junior year and starting that college application process for real. Now, MIT had been on my list since I was a little kid, and naturally I wanted to continue to pursue that dream. For me, I was very lucky in the sense that my school covered any fees to apply or any fees that might be incurred by taking tests. So I got to take the SAT and subject test for free, and that was what enabled me to apply in the first place, because if I would have had to pay for all that on my own, it wouldn't have been an option. So I'm very thankful that it was within my realm to be able to even apply. So I start the application process, I begin to look more into things, I start writing my essays, my statements, and they came fairly easily to me. At first, I knew where I wanted to go, what I wanted to write, so I wrote my first draft, then I wrote my second draft, and my third draft, and my fourth draft, and I agonized for months on making sure that I sounded like my authentic self and that I wasn't going to come off as someone who I'm not. Because I know in the end, admissions committees don't want to admit a set of numbers, they want to admit a group of people that are going to work well with the environment that they've already situated. So I applied to MIT Early Action. The deadline for Early Action was November 1st. I got everything in, got my application done, and then I confused the two dates for my first top choice schools. So my second choice is early action notification was February 1st, and MIT's was December 14th. So I was ready to hear from MIT by February 1st and ready to hear from my second choice by December 14th. Then I fast forward to like a week before December 14th, December 7th, and I get an email saying early action notifications will be released next week at 5:28 p.m. my time. And I was like, what? I wasn't ready to hear from them that soon. I had prepared myself for the wait till February, and that wasn't the case. So I went into kind of a panic mode, and I was like, oh my lord, I'm gonna know what I've been working for a really long time if I got accepted or denied. And then a thought creeped into my head, well, you could be deferred to regular action, and I was like, I really would rather find out whether I was accepted or denied. I don't really want to be deferred. And so I was agonizing for a week over whether or not I was going to be accepted and what I was going to do and all of this stuff. I was making up situations in my head that would have never happened. I began to stress myself out to the point where I was having panic attacks. I took a step back, like 3 days before notifications came out. And I looked at my behavior for the prior couple days, and I realized I was extremely anxious and scared. I was nervous about what the decision would be, not necessarily whether it would be an acceptance or a denial or a deferral, but if I could even hack it there if I got in. And the more I thought about it, the more I began to realize my life would be so much easier if they just told me no. And I don't want to say that I was hoping for a deniance, because you don't want to be denied from your dream since you were 10. But I began to take things more into perspective. Would I really be happy? With as much stress as I had gone through with the application process and how anxious I was about every step of the way, I don't know if I would have been. If that anxiety would have carried through my 4 years of college, I don't know if I would have been successful. I don't think I would have been. I would have been under constant pressure, and yes, pressure has helped me thrive, but immense pressure either takes a piece of coal and turns it into a diamond, or it causes it to explode. And I didn't want to explode. I began to think about how similar everyone on campus would probably be to myself. How similar everyone's experiences would have been. Yes, everyone has different experiences in life, but your goals would all align. And yes, having a group of people that goals all align could be useful. One of my big things for college is I want to meet people with different end goals. I want to meet people who want different things, who want to study different things. I want to be able to have a debate with an English major. That's something that I wanted from an institution, and the more I thought about it, the more I realized that MIT just wasn't the right fit. If I would have gotten accepted, I don't think I would have been happy there. I don't think I would have been successful, and I don't think that the admissions committee made a mistake. I was upset when I got the denial, because it's what I thought I wanted, but I realized that I was 17, but I was holding on to 10-year-old me's dream. And I'm not 10 years old anymore. In hindsight, getting that denial, one, made my choices for college so much easier. An option that probably wouldn't have been all that feasible was taken off the table. And I could focus on getting into schools that were completely within my ability range, and that I would thrive and learn and grow and prosper under. I also learned the type of environment I want. I don't want to go to a place where everybody's just like me, where everybody wants to be an engineer or something in a STEM-related field. If you surround yourself with only people who want to do what you do, you're not gonna grow. Yes, you could still grow if you go to an institution where everyone is very similar ideals as you, but that conflict of meeting with people and debating and discussing with people who have different ideas is what has made me who I am today. The fact that I've conversed with liberals and conservatives, and I've conversed with people who want to be law professors and politicians, but I've also known people who want to be engineers and doctors. I know people who want to be teachers and music professionals. And I think that having the environment where everybody is coming together to do their own unique thing is extremely powerful. And I'm not saying that MIT doesn't have that, and for those of you that got admitted or are hoping to go, more power to you. But I want those of you maybe who were rejected to realize that maybe it wasn't the right fit. And in the end, it's not you who gets to decide that. It's a committee of 10, 20 people that you don't even know, making a decision about whether you'd fit in there. And you can't let 10 or 20 people destroy your future. If you worked hard enough to get into MIT, or you were brave enough to even apply, then you can do so much. I'm not upset that I was rejected. And I know some of you are probably gonna see this and be like, oh my god, she's totally, this, that, and the other thing. I'm not upset, I'm genuinely happy. Because when I got that denial, a weight was lifted off my shoulders. Yes, I was upset and a couple tears were shed. But I didn't bawl my eyes out, and I didn't destroy my room and everything else, because I realized it's just not where I belong. And I'm not sure where I belong yet, but I know I'll figure it out. And who knows, maybe I'll end up on campus someday as a graduate student or a professor. Maybe I'll have a kid who goes there. I don't know. But I think that right now I need to just take some time and realize what I really, really want for my college career and for my future. So I want all of you who might be dealing with college rejections, and maybe it was your dream school and maybe you visited and it was the perfect fit and it was all you had in mind for your future. Maybe that's you. And I'm truly sorry that you didn't get into the school of your dreams. But know that your future doesn't end there. Every one of us has the power to go out and change the world. And one school telling you that they don't want you doesn't define who you are. One school telling you yes or telling you no doesn't make or break everything you've done. Your accomplishments are still yours. Everything you've done and been successful at is still yours. Everything you've done and you failed epically, but you learned something from, it's still yours. All the experiences you've had have made you who you are today. And even though you might have gotten a rejection, you were still you, and you were absolutely amazing. Well, thank you guys for watching. I hope that this has been enjoyable. I hope maybe it can help some of you guys who are dealing with college rejections. This has just been my personal experience and doesn't in any way reflect the ideals or morals of MIT or I'm not trying to say anything bad about the people who got in and got accepted. This is just my personal experiences. But thank you guys for watching, and I hope it was helpful. Remember to stay beautifully and amazingly you.